Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from Tinaheals.com. So I already made the first part which has the Scorpio, but I'm going to redo the Scorpio reading here again because I was completely flicked out. I was like, which house is this happening? 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9. No, it is your 6th house, Scorpio, and I was like, what? But interestingly, Scorpio, Mars is your ruler, and Mars finds joy in the 6th house. So, having a Mars, your ruler, retrograde in the 6th house where he has planetary joy means that it is not all bad. So we have Mars activating something in the 6th house. 6th house is, the house of service, the house of diet, the house of exercise, the house of pets, and the everyday work we do, our everyday habit patterns. So there is something about all of this that is being upheld, that is being changed, where we are made to look at, where we are being forced to look at, because you have that Venus going retrograde in your 8th. So, that has brought up a ton of stuff, I'm sure. And now this Mars retrograde in the 6th is going to, have you question your diet, your physical prowess, your the exercise you get, the healthy side of you is going to probably find focus for some of you if you allow it. Okay, now Mars rules your sign, so this is a very strong activation that you're getting from your ruler, because here you have Mars in the other sign he rules, which is cardinal fire, Aries, but you are fixed water. So Mars expresses himself through these two signs and is exalted in Capricorn. Okay, and especially 28 degrees, but the whole sign of Capricorn is where Mars is exalted. So we have the way we use our power in the world, the kind of power we have, the way we use our our internal reservoir of power. All of this is going to come up for you for introspection in the terms of your everyday work. Are you being powerful enough to stand up to your responsibilities? Are you being clear enough about what you want from your subordinates? Because 6th house is in the house of subordinates. So here you have, or if you have servants, it will also help you realize a lot of things about yourself, like your leadership capabilities, your aggression, why it is showing up. Is it unwanted? If you sit with anger long enough, you realize she's grief. So what are you grieving for? Animals, companion animals can bring grief, because this is your 6th house. So that's something to look out for. You could get confrontational with someone you work for or someone who works for you, and this could drive you apart, or somebody could literally quit, like somebody who works for you can quit with the Mars retrograde over there. It could literally, because it also deals with the physical body and food. If you have too acidic foods, it could literally play havoc with your digestion. So what you eat, have garlic on an empty stomach in the morning, and this is going to really balance your Mars energy. Mars in the tree of life is Gevura. Mars is the action principle, how we take action. So Mars going retrograde in the 6th house of work and health is asking you, how are you taking action with regards to what you're putting in your mouth, with the work you do every day? How productive are you? How are you using this time? So all of this is going to come through, and you will be able to become the pioneer in these fields, in these particular areas of life, where you can bring in fresh energy. Mars Aries brings spring, but this activation of Mars is agitating, because Mars cuts and burns. So always remember that it's not a very easy energy to work with, Mars. Okay, now, so this is activating your 6th house. So let's see what Spirit is asking of you. In the last video at the very end, I was like, oh my god, Mars is going retrograde in your 9th house, 8th house, and I was completely lost, I don't know, and then the video just went off by itself. So some mojo. Okay, 7 of Wands in reverse. People are gonna come at you because 6th house also house of enemies in the Vedic, the sidereal system, the Vedic system, hidden enemies. So people are gonna come at you. People are gonna try to attack you during this Mars retrograde. It could be, you have to stand up for maybe the project report you put in, the work you're doing, the relationship you want, or a particular career, or what you want to do. It can be questioned, even the literally the food you're eating. If it's unhealthy, then yes, it could be a huge wake-up call for you, okay? And this is Sagittarius. I mean Aquarius. This is the star card, and this is the sign of Aquarius, okay? That's your 4th house. So this attack could come from people of your 4th house, especially with regards to 6th house activities, work and all of that. And Saturn being in this, retrograding from Aquarius back into Capricorn into your 3rd house, siblings are going to get activated, local neighbors and all of that. Interesting, you find healing. If you give, you will receive, and you will be able to reverse this. So yes, there's confrontation always with the 7 is a very eccentric number. Wands, 7 of Wands bring in that, conflict energy. So because 7 with this eccentricities. And here we have the full moon. So interestingly, you have got to look at the full moon that is coming up. And you just have this new moon in Cancer, and then you can have this full moon in Capricorn. So this is again your 3rd house, like I said, where Saturn retrogrades back. This is Aquarius, your 4th house, your family foundation. Attacks could very possibly come from there. Look to the Capricorn full moon for some kind of completion with regards to your everyday work or your diet or your health. It could be that you actually get the medical help that you need during a Mars retrograde. I've seen that happen as well, Scorpio. So now moving on to Sagittarius. This is of course your 5th house of romance. 5th house is where Venus has a planetary joy. It's a house of, blessings and really precious things, and children and sex and love and romance. So what do we have for you in that 5th house, Sag? Problems with romance, yes, possible. Very libidinal, very sexual, but unable to really connect with someone. You're waiting for, of course, Jupiter to head out of its detriment in Capricorn and move into Aquarius. And it's going to meet Saturn there at the very beginning. It's going to jumpstart a new era for all of us. Sag. Okay, so this is the card of Mars in reverse. So there is going to be this Mars moment for you, Sag, in this 5th house. It could also deal with children. So maybe, you have this really confrontational energy happening with children. So, or, people who you creatively work with. 5th house also, your creativity, your business and all of that. So, I see that being activated. And now we have the Lovers. This is Gemini. We have the Lovers for you, both major arcana. So Lovers is integration of the masculine, the feminine within, and also a choice. So you could be asked to take a choice for the Hyros Gamos within, but it's not going to be easy. And 2 major arcana cards. I don't think I pulled that for any sign, Sagittarius. So this tells me a 5th house activation. Woo, it's going to be superb. Purification. In the last video, I spoke about how ancient Hellenistic astrologer Batius Valens considers Aries to be watery. So and this interestingly tied up to Mars having being the triplicity ruler, water triplicity ruler. So there's this Martian water purification that is coming to you. Sagittarius in the 5th house, and it's going to be intense. It's going to be something you had not expected. This year's been like that, right? So now moving on to I did purification. Yes. Now moving on to Capricorn, 4th house, family, foundation, Aries. It's gonna shake up. Chiron is there, so Mars is gonna meet Chiron. Family structures, your mother, healing, wounding, and then ultimate integration. All of that's going to happen with that 4th house. 4th house is the underground part of the chart. It's deeply unconscious, and 4th house is very connected to ancestors as well. And here we have the card of Cancer. Sorry. Cap, we have the Tarot card of Cancer, which is your 7th house. So there could be some progress with your relationships or with your partnerships. As an energy, the Chariot is about going forward, but you have to have the will to go forward. You have to have the know-how on how to harness these beasts to go ahead. And there's a duality. There are two paths, the choices in front of you that you need to be very clear about. Major Arcana. So the decision is very karmic. Whatever's going to take place this Mars retrograde for you, Capricorn, in your family foundations. And it's going to even involve your spouse, believe me. Wow, we have the 10 of Swords, which is a very problematic card. It's called ruin. Okay? And it's about things being ruined. It's about things being destroyed if you don't take the correct action. Again, Mars is action. So I see that nines are also about completions of cycles. So about something very painful is going to conclude. Something very painful with regards to your family, with regards to your partner. And the thing is, you have to go ahead. And the directionality and the choices are entirely up to you, my friend. Not up to anybody else as of this moment. It's in your hands, okay, Capricorn? Clarifier I have for you is Gaia, nurturing. Nurture things, nurture Gaia, nurture the spirit of the cosmos. And what can I say? Everything's going to fall in your path as Saturn comes in and comes back, and it's like, okay, so here's your blessing, Capricorn. And it's going to be really stupendous, believe me. Now, Aquarius, 3rd house of siblings, of, local neighborhoods and all of that. So short distance travel, complications with that, fights with siblings, fights with neighbors, things not taking shape with regards to your vocational training, communication faltered. So here we've got the Knight of Cups, which is the twin flame card in reverse, Aquarius. So there's something off with the communication that probably drives your love interest away this Mars retrograde. If you're not careful, if you're being too blunt, if you're being just too open or too whatever it is, to Aquarius and eccentric, it could literally mean someone walks out on you. It's about some emotional high that you were almost about to experience but is somehow taken away from you. And you've got the 3 of Pentacles. So this is great because there's a balance over here. Water and earth create fertile clay. There's a balance going on, but I see that there's a lot of work that needs to be done to bring this person back into your life in the way that you want them. It's not going to be easy. If it's not a person for you, then this is literally this emotional experience that you're going to have with your local communities, your local neighborhood, that just gets really turned on its head. Check for the Capricorn full moon that is coming up this next month, or every other full moon, since this whole year is pretty much Mars retrograde. Special messages will come to you during full moons. and especially during this upcoming Capricornian full moon. Aquarius, that's your near 12th house, don't forget that. Now Pisces, second house of income gets activated with the Mars going retrograde there. So wow, so 3 of Wands in reverse. This means that you're waiting, literally waiting for your ships to come in with regards to a business idea or some kind of business, some kind of teamwork, something creative that you put out, and it's getting delayed. It's like not coming through, the money is not coming through, or the go ahead is not coming through, and it's like you're losing hope with regards to finding that means of expanding your income, doing something with that. Okay, and here we've got adjustment in reverse. Okay, and this is a card of Libra. So there, Pisces, that's pretty interesting because now when you look at the energies of 8th house is your Libra, so that's going to be like, again, death and rebirth and taxes and inheritance and all of that, right? And there needs to be some adjustment. The scales of Libra, it could also be business related, because the scales of Libra do not only portend the scales of justice, they also mean the scales of business. So this could be some sort of adjustment that you need to do with regards to your income. This 8th house being activated is with this card, because this is the card of Libra. Libra is your 8th house. So for that, it is interesting to note that you could receive other people's money for your idea, but it could get complicated. And I end by saying there's a financial blessing coming your way, because this is your 2nd house and Mars is going retrograde, and this is going to be a very, very powerful time of understanding how you use your time to make money, how you use your energy. Mars is literally energy. How you use that Mars energy to make money, Pisces. That's something you've got to think of, how you lead. Now, the thing with Mars and why it is a malefic, it's because, benefics tend towards moderation. But malefics like Saturn, Mars, even Uranus, Pluto to a certain degree, they are very, they work with extreme polarities, they're extremes. So there's this difficulty when it's an extreme form of energy. There needs to be moderation. Pisces, you can be a trailblazer in the way you earn money with this Mars going retrograde. If you re-evaluate your income sources, if you think of your strengths, if you think of your inspirations, so all of that. And it's very fiery. Mars activates by separation. So initially with this retrograde, things could be going wrong. But then as you balance the energy, it gets easier, and you work with it. Okay, so that was Mars retrograde through the 12 signs, broken up into 2 videos. I didn't really want to break them up, but they just got broken up. So now let us end with a mantra. Now, I've made, if you want to work with Mars, especially during the Mars retrograde, please watch my Bagalamukhi mantra video. Bagalamukhi invocation and worship. Bagalamukhi is one of the Mahavidyas, and she is the consort of Mars in the Tantric tradition. So by invoking Bagalamukhi, you will be able to balance out the forceful energy of Mars when he's retrograde. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And the best mantra for Mars retrograde, I would say, is Om Mani Padme Hum is definitely one. Then Lokaya Sukhino Bhavantu. Okay, so we will do Om Mani Padme Hum, and we do 11 counts of that. So what you need to do is you need to just relax. Remember, Mars rules your face and your brains. Take a deep breath as you release that breath. Feel all your muscles around your face relax. Relax all the muscles. Do you know that your excretion, like your rectum, is directly related to your jaw, and that is how it happens, because when the embryo, the fetus, the embryo breaks into two, one is the mouth and one is the excrement. So here we have Mars ruling the mouth again within Aries, and Mars ruling the excrement and procreation organs in Scorpio. So you see how both of we are so Martian in nature, whether we realize it or not. We are so very Martian in nature. Okay, and that is why we want to take action. We want to do things. So release all the pent up frustration, the pent up tensions in your body. Take a deep breath. If possible, hold it in and then release it slowly. Try to keep your mouth closed. Operate only with your nose. Listen to my voice. Drift into the silence. Feel the Buddha energy all around you. The Buddha energy of emancipation. The Buddha energy of enlightenment. The Buddha energy of nirvana. The Buddha energy of moksha. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Another very effective way of chanting is doing the Om chanting. So you take a deep breath. So the part is going to be longer than Om. O, O, That's why M is so important. Mother. Om. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to watch all my playlists, and do you like my content or not? Let me know. Book a reading, please. Check out my merchandise and get your astrological spells and talismans. Thank you.